Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show to talk about the Sun Belt Championship between number 25, the James Madison Dukes, beating the Troy Trojans 31-14 in the Sun Belt Championship. James Madison, man, we'll see if they'll be a playoff team, but they win their conference championship. They end with a 12-1 record. We'll just have to see if that's good enough for the playoffs. How will this result impact the college football playoff race? Because they've won their conference. I mean, a group of 5 teams going to get in, and it wasn't. Alonzo Barnett didn't have success throwing the ball, but they had a lot of success running the football. You know, with Alonzo Barnett, Knight. They ran the football very well. They couldn't really throw it tonight, so they really leaned heavy on the run, and Troy just couldn't stop it. But they beat them 31-14. They got a touchdown and then a scoop and score to really finish this game off. Scored 14 points there in the fourth quarter, officially put the game to bed. They win their first Sun Belt Championship program history. The Dukes improved to 12-1. It's the first time the program's won 12 games in a season since joining the FBS in 2022. However, the victory kept their hopes alive for the college football playoffs. The Dukes landed at number 25 in the latest rankings this past Tuesday. They were the third highest ranked group of 5 teams, trailing North Texas and Tulane. While James Madison isn't expected to steal a spot from the winner of the American Championship, it could sneak in the college football playoff if Duke defeats Virginia in the ACC championship game. At that point, the college football selection committee would likely be forced to choose between JMU and the Miami Hurricanes, who are 10-2. So JMU would have an 85% chance to make the 12-team field with a Blue Devil victory over Virginia. James Madison's only loss was to the hands of Louisville this year. So in their win over Troy, their defense was stellar, holding them to 177 total yards of offense. That's nothing new. The team entered the conference championship allowing the 5th least yards per game in the country. James Madison has a really damn good defense. So their JMU's defensive performance reached a crescendo with just over 3 minutes remaining in this game. Drew Spinogotti, what a name, scooped up the Troy fumble and to win the game 31-14. But that defense wasn't the only unit to shine. Their offense amassed 412 total yards of offense. But nobody outshined the James Madison running back, Wayne Knight, who exploded for 212 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown tonight. He was really the star of the night. He had a rushing touchdown with those 212 yards. Barnett added 85 yards and a score in the ground game as well. So now JMU can really they can't do anything, man, and just except wait for the college football playoff committee, which wears Sunday at noon Eastern. Chesney, because obviously he's moving on from the Dukes after this season to be UCLA's coach. Although he said he'll stay if they earn a college football playoff bid. So it's gonna be interesting, man. We'll just have to wait. But like I said, let's get to this game. The defense played stellar, really all game. Besides that second quarter, where Troy scored 2 touchdowns, I thought they played really damn well defensively. Like, they couldn't throw the ball, but Troy just had no answer to stop the run game. Like I said, Wayne Knight, 21 runs, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 10.1 average. I mean, he was just getting big gain after big gain after big gain. And they couldn't stop Alonzo Barnett really either. 12 runs, 85 yards, 7.1 a carry and a touchdown. They really didn't have an answer to stop him either, so. And he was 10, but he that's why I said they couldn't really throw the ball a lot. 10 to 25, 93 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Just didn't have success running the ball. But even after that, or passing ball, excuse me, but even after that interception, Troy had a 46-yard field goal and missed it. And it was 17-14. They had their chances, but it's not enough. They just had no answer to stop the run game. 318 of their 412 total yards were rushing. What a game, man, from their running backs. Braden Waslowski, 2 catches, 31 yards, and a touchdown. Nanaro, 2 catches, 24 yards. Sanchez and Knight with 11 yards each on 2 receptions. Ellis had a reception for 9 yards, and Padaway 1 catch for 7 yards. The other defense is absolutely phenomenal, though. 3 sacks by Sahir West, 1 from Tyler Brown, 2.5 from Xavier Holmes, 1 from McMullen, half of 1 from Thomas. 8 sacks by this James Madison defense. They had 14 tackles for loss. They were absolutely phenomenal tonight. And Suarez, 1 for 1 on field goals. And JMU ends their season 12-1. At least for now, we'll just have to see what the playoff committee thinks on Sunday. But they end their season 12-1 for now as Sunbelt champions. We've been over their stats. Let's go over their team stats. 12-1 record. They had 411 total yards. 411. 93 passing, 318 rushing, 6 yards of play, 19 first downs, 2 of 14 on third down, 1 of 2 on fourth down, 67 total plays, 3 sacks allowed, 6 punts, 7 penalties, 1 fumble, 1 interception with 30 minutes of time possession. They didn't even play their best offensively, but they just ran the ball down Troy's throat. Now let's go over their quarter by quarter. They had 3 in the first quarter, 14 in the second quarter, 0 in the third quarter, and 14 in the fourth quarter. So now let's go over Troy. Goose Crowder, what a name. Well, sadly, he wasn't good tonight. 15 of 34, 196, no touchdowns, no interceptions. It was a rough night for Goose Crowder. He had a rushing touchdown, but he got sacked 8 times. I believe he went out of this game with an injury, if I'm not mistaken. They had to put in their backup. But yeah, Goose Crowder. It was a solid start, but after that it went to shit. Tucker Kilcrease, 1 of 5, 7 yards. He got sacked like 7 times, I believe. So, it felt like he got sacked more than 8 times. Tay Meadows, 7 runs, 10 yards, and a touchdown. Lovett, 2 runs, 6 yards. They didn't really try and run the ball because they really couldn't, and they couldn't do anything offensively. Ra Thomas, 3 catches, 82 yards. Epps had 4 catches for 50 yards. Taylor, 3 catches, 35 yards. And Ethan Connor, 3 catches, 19 yards. Defensively, they had 3 sacks. And Scott Taylor Renfro went 0 for 1 on field goals. And Troy ends their season 8-5. Well, I shouldn't say end their season because they're going to a bowl game, but not going to win a conference championship. They end their season 8-5. They had 0 in the first quarter, 14 in the second quarter, 0 in the third quarter, 0 in the fourth quarter. They had that second quarter. Other than that, they really couldn't do much else besides that second quarter. They had 177 total yards, 203 passing, negative 26 rushing. Most of that sack yards, but even then they still didn't run the ball good at all. 2 yards per play, 2.6, 11 first downs. They were 3 of 17 on third down, 0 of 2 on fourth down, 67 total plays, 8 sacks allowed, 10 punts, 4 penalties, 1 fumble, no interceptions, 29 minutes of time of possession. So James Madison wasn't a pretty win, but they pulled away there in the fourth quarter after it was a close game through 3 quarters. Much closer game than the score indicated, but they win the Sunbelt Championship. We'll see what happens going forward, but defense played great, ran the ball down Troy's throat. So, yeah, that's really all I got to say here, man. So, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Until next time, Malcolm Light. Peace, and leave your thoughts and comments below.